Hey, you're finally awake. We just crossed the border. I've heard strange things have been happening since I was away. Even so, it's good to be back home. Back in Skyrim. It's always something.
These two. Take them to the barrow.
Hello everyone, I'm your host, Boss Zombie. Welcome back to the Elder Scrolls Online. It's time to do the Greymoor quests, or expansion. I've been dabbling around in that zone, but I haven't done anything besides just exploring everything. And the only quests I did were stuff in delves, which we weren't going to go into anyways. Although there were some interesting ones in there, but they wouldn't, I don't think, be that interesting to record. How do we do this? We go stories, chapter, Greymoor. To the heroes. Come on, you can't mess up on the third word. To the heroes of Tamriel, Urns the Skald King has dispatched agents to Western Skyrim to investigate and deal with a threat not only to Skyrim, but to all of Tamriel. Find the Skald King's agent in Solitude, the capital city of Hafengar Hold. Quest available. I need to meet with Urns the Skald King's agent in Solitude, the capital city of Western Skyrim's Hafengar Hold. Okay, it's basically the same. Boy, they really just don't want to say Lyra's Titanborn, huh? Okay, and I never even noticed there was a cart. Apparently that one goes to Central. Never noticed it. This one goes to Western Skyrim. Then again, the stuff I did with Central was on my other character. Western Skyrim, sundered from Eastern Skyrim in years past, High King Svargrim rules the cold and unforgiving land known as Western Skyrim. Consisting of the holds of Hafengar, Carthold, and Hjalmarch, the realm gives rise to hardy natures, brave warriors, and suspicious townfolk. Okay, and if I remembered to do it, I put the little neat cinematic intro to this DLC. It's not really intro to this DLC, it's only the intro if you make a new character, I think. But I guess it also shows up when you boot up the game for the first time with it installed. Hello, Brondold? You've got some ketchup on your shirt.
There's no time. Take this. Keep it safe.
Wait, what are you giving me?
Information. The Ice Reach Coven. At work in the west. Just need more proof. Go! They're coming!
Who's coming? The ones who attacked you?
Don't trust them. Only Lyris. She's...
Hold on. And he's dead.
You there! What did that fugitive tell you?
Wow. Nice voice. You're definitely not a bad guy. Shield Corporal. Thjol. Cool outfit. What is this? The sword thing style or whatever it's called?
Who are you? Another spy? What did this lying Easterner say to you?
I was just going about my business when I saw that he was injured.
Assisting a fugitive is a crime in Hafengar Hold. Unless you want to find out how we deal with traitors and spies, tell me what he said to you.
Well, he said not to trust anyone. He did. He died before he could say anything.
Lucky for you. If he had told you any seditious lies and you decided to keep them from us, you'd have been in real trouble.
I hear you.
Don't stick your nose where it doesn't belong. Solitude doesn't take kindly to instigators or strangers. And mark my words, you'd rather not get on the wrong side of the High King's guard.
Wow, you couldn't be more of... Okay.
Go on. Just remember, I'll be keeping an eye on you.
Oh, use Brondold's papers. Let me just maybe wait. I guess that's just where you live. Hello, zombie dog, or undead dog, whatever you're considered. A scrap of paper with hurried writing scrawled in a shaky hand sits on top of the pile. Brondold, the guards came asking about you. They were rattling their scabbards at anyone they could find. I'm scared. I hid your horse in the woods. I'll wait in the barn by the stables outside the city, but only for one more day. An official-looking form with an annotation. Declaration of Customs. Port of departure. Sentinel. Port of arrival. Solitude. Sentinel. Interesting. Cargo offloaded 3 barrels Oasis water, 4 crates Skavian housewares, 5 crates Thorstad pottery, 1 crate Sentinel canteens. Saw a crew member surreptitiously marking several crates on the docks. Hidden compartments? Couldn't get a look inside. A small tightly folded note tucked in between the sheets. Left a surprise for you, follow the directions. Where stones stand south of the lonely docks. In the shadow of their shelter, where the living tree keeps watch. Wow, okay. Marked crate. Oh, okay, that's the Coven's logo. Ash-covered fragments. What are those? Quest items? Fragments of pottery, possibly urns, litter the bottom of a hidden compartment beneath packing hay. The strange ash... Oh, okay, it's a piece of Grey Host vessel, I guess. Oh, so, quick recap. The stuff from Harrowstorm, the DLC. 2 things. There's a group of witches from... Oh, you're not dead? Maybe he's not supposed to be breathing. There is a coven of witches from Icereach, and they're doing something with magical bloodstorms. And there's a group of tomb raiders. I guess they were called the Draugr.
Kyne's Aegis needs your help. Sea giants and vampires are everywhere.
I already did Kyne's Aegis. Relax. Draugr. Tomb raiders. They went to an old tomb that was even older than people thought. Took out a bunch of ashes and remains of an army called the Grey Host, which is apparently made of vampires and werewolves and just all a motley of undead things. So, that's probably fine. Also, we did the thing with Lyris and the, wait, where is it? Else does it want me to go? What is this? The cryptic directions. Oh, let's meet the contact first. Is this the stable barn? Or the barn? Hey,
Stay back! I'll do it! I'll stab you!
Corvin. Hello. Ooh, cool knife.
I mean it! 1 step closer, and I'll stick you like a hawker!
I'm not here to hurt you. I need to talk to you about Brondold.
I don't know any Brondold. That is what I told the guards, and that is what I'm telling you. I don't want any more trouble. You make me stab you, and it's my word against yours.
Brondold's dead. He left me with a handful of papers and a lot of questions.
Dead? Stone's mercy. And I'm next, aren't I? I promise. I don't know anything. I won't make any trouble. I'll disappear. I don't even like it here. You'll never see me again.
No, see, you've got it wrong. You don't want Stoon's mercy. You want Stoon's favor. That's the hot new armor set, apparently. If you enjoy PvP. God, her eyes. If you enjoy PvP. I didn't kill Brondold. Just tell me what it's all about.
He did not tell me a lot. Said he was tracking some bad people. Asked me to keep an eye out for any unusual comings and goings. He'd come by now and then with a sweet roll and a few coins for my trouble. He was nice.
And did you see anything out of the ordinary?
The last time we spoke, it was about the men with the job postings. A pair of wolves in sheep's clothing. Trying to blend in, but still off around the edges. Same with their horses. Sheared mountain mares. Come from the Reach, I wager.
Job postings?
Flyers. They were hanging them at the inn around the city. Something about a lucrative opportunity in the Druidic Mountains. I really did not pay them a lot of attention. I was more interested in the men distributing them.
So what do you do now?
Take Brondle's horse and run before someone less friendly comes to find me. Bron was going to take me back east after he finished here. I want to live where strangers are welcomed with a smile instead of a scowl. I hear Windhelm is like that.
Are the people here that suspicious of strangers?
We are stuck between the despot of Markarth and the Skald King of the East. Both sniff around like wolves, waiting for a moment of weakness to strike. Not a day goes by without a threat of war. It is exhausting living this way.
Despot of Markarth? Is that what the dude from the west is called? You think those men were trying to hide where they came from?
They'd be wise to. The only time Reachmen and Nords meet is to kill each other. I always heard they were raiders and barbarians. No interest in honest labor. Or writing, for that matter. Not the sort to post job notices.
What do you think they really want?
Who knows? Maybe they really do need laborers. Can't imagine Reachmen would hire Nords, though. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Tell me about the Reach.
A wild land full of wild folk, located south and west of here. It's changed hands between Reachmen and the Nords more times than I can count. But they control the territory now. Seeing Reachmen wandering the streets of Solitude, it makes me nervous.
Why?
You'd feel the same if you knew the tales of the fall of Markarth. What the Reachmen do to folks they capture. Better to slice your own throat than let those barbarians take you alive. If they raid our hold, just run and don't look back.
I mean, I like to think there's some exaggeration when it comes to stories about Reachmen, but there really isn't. It's, they're kind of brutal. Just very carefully navigate. You know what? I don't think I've heard this Mount Howl. How does it sound? Okay, I don't like it. That's just... No, I didn't want the water height. Okay. Oh, this thing. Oh, look, I was trying to find one of these. This is, you get this for doing all the fishing. Ooh, that's pretty. Yeah, you get that thing. It's an achievement furnishing you get for doing all the fishing. And how does it work, actually, now that I think about it? Because there's 2 zones associated with DLC. Is it the same fish in both zones, or... Actually, you can check that. Journal, achievements, Greymoor. Fishing is huge. There it is. In Western Skyrim and Blackreach. Greymoor Caverns. Okay, so... Okay, at least they have the nice breakup of 3 per body of water. Well, there's definitely a river. I don't know if I would... I guess this stuff could be considered kind of lake-ish. And that's definitely ocean, or sea. And just a matter of finding a bunch of dead things in the water, and that'll be foul. Interesting, okay. Oh, don't mind if I do. Stamina mount, nothing. Ooh. Oh, a new character. Hidden belongings. Letter to Lyris. Okay, I'm not going to read all of this. You can pause and read if you want. Oh my god, there's a lot in here. Hi, Queen. Oh, there's a Harrow Storm going on. Wow, you can see those pretty far away. I didn't realize. They still should have better indicators on the map for when one's happening, but oh well. Oh, I need to stop by the Bard's College. Am I gonna be able to jump up on this boat? I don't want to go to Elden Root. No. Wait. Is that the same one I was just looking at, or is that a different Harrowstone? The effect is pretty cool. Yeah. There's... I guess I should kind of stitch them in at some point, but there were two...
Kyne's Aegis needs your help.
Is she gonna keep
Sea
asking
giants
even
and
if I've
vampires
done
are
that?
everywhere.
That seems like a bug. She shouldn't be asking for that. I did the tutorial and opening quest for Antiquities and the starting quest for the Bard's College. Which, the Bard's College is the collect a bunch of things of this DLC. Oh, wait, the Impresario is here? I guess not right now, but... Oh, this must be what the... Oh, well, I want to see what it looks like. This is the current upcoming Indra, kind of the Frost Breath, or Ice Breath. It's very blue. I guess they're just going to do nothing but Indrix for those events. I was kind of hoping they'd mix it up, but I guess it's fine. Isn't there supposed to be a... Oh no, the door's up ahead. What is this? Oh, the battlegrounds. I guess... Let's go. You know what? Let's see how long this takes to load. While it's loading, I'll stitch in the two quests I did, to a degree.
So, what brings a sturdy hero like you to the Gwylem Annex? I can't imagine you're looking for a book. Then again, I do see a glimmer of curiosity in your eyes. Perhaps you seek admission to the Antiquarian Circle, the University of Gwylem's most prestigious historical society. We scour the continent for lost antiquities, collecting and cataloging as we go. We've made hundreds of discoveries, thanks in no small part to our scrying tool, the Antiquarians Eye. An invention of our university's founder, Terrain Fire. It allows the wielder's mind to travel vast distances and find buried relics, truths lost to history. Gazing into the eye requires both skill and talent. How talented are you, I wonder? Admission to the circle begins easily enough. Just place your hand on the Antiquarian's Eye. If you possess the aptitude, you will attune to the eye immediately. If you don't possess the aptitude, the eye will reject you. Couldn't be simpler. It's a magnificent device, alien in origin. As I said before, our university's founder, Terrain Fire, developed it along with countless other scholarly tools. Alas, he died before we could demonstrate the object's true potential. It homes in on objects of historical import, much like a bloodhound, without all the baying and drooling, of course. We still don't fully understand how it determines an item's value. Just more proof of our founder's genius, I suppose. We recovered several from a vault in Elenir. It seems Sage Fire intended for the university's best and brightest to continue his work after he was gone. It took longer than he would have liked, I'm sure, but I fully intend to honor his legacy. We seek the truth above all else. Written histories rarely give an honest accounting of the past, so we go straight to the source. Relics, curios, even ancient bric-a-brac. Anything that can teach us more about the myriad cultures of Tamriel. I assume you mean commercially valuable? Yes, you can keep any relics you recover and do with them what you will. The Circle's chief concern is cataloging the discoveries and learning what we can from them. Everyone benefits from the arrangement. It's a school, of course. The very best, by any credible assessment. At least it was. What I wouldn't give to walk those halls again. This frigid annex is a very poor substitute. Very poor indeed. For a time, I studied there as well. Despite all of Cyrodiil's struggles, I really did believe we could weather the storm. But war has far-reaching consequences. even for those who want no part in it, especially for those who want no part in it. Here and elsewhere, the faculty scattered to the winds when the plane meld took hold. Fortunately, most of us survived, and we write each other constantly. I wound up in Skyrim somehow. As frozen wastelands go, it's really quite pleasant. Well, well, well. It seems I underestimated you. With a reaction like that, you may well rival Gabrielle, our most accomplished antiquarian. I wonder what secrets you might find gazing through the eye. In a hurry, are we? We'll teach you to use the eye in due course. First, do you vow to uphold the principles and traditions of the Circle, to catalog your discoveries for future generations and give a true accounting of Tamriel's history? An excellent decision. Mastering the eye is no small endeavor. But with Gabrielle's tutelage and my rigorous oversight, we may make a true scholar of you yet. Welcome to the Circle, Antiquarian. Now then, we should begin your education in earnest. I suggest you speak with Gabrielle Benale. I can provide some scholarly advice, but when it comes to using the Antiquarian's Eye itself, you'll find no better teacher than Gabrielle. Downstairs, poring over more maps and tomes, no doubt. Honestly, the girl never stops working. I'd almost think she was trying to make the rest of us look bad if she wasn't so confoundedly cheerful. At any rate, she'll get you sorted. Speak with me again once Gabrielle's taught you the basics. I know I can come across as chilly, but truthfully, I'm anxious to get you into the field. Because I'm not a mage. Don't make a face. I never said I possess the aptitude. We all contribute to the Circle in our own way. You may wield the eye, but rest assured, my skill as a writer is no less important. Not just writing. Few can match my knowledge of ancient history, aside from those who lived through it all, like that insufferable dark elf Devaith Fear. You may find these relics, but it's incumbent upon me to tell you what they are.
Oh, it's you. What a welcome surprise. By Mara, that business with Angoff feels like lifetimes ago. I'm glad to see you're still in good health. So, Verida gave you an Antiquarian's Eye, eh? You mean to join the Antiquarian Circle? Searching mostly. I couldn't rest knowing Darien was still out there, trapped in the colored rooms. I want to help him, speak to him somehow, you know? But it's just not that simple. Darien returned? Then where is he now? Why hasn't he contacted me? But he was here. He was here and I missed my chance to... When you say he disappeared, what do you mean? Did he say anything? So, he doesn't think he's coming back again? So much for Darien the plucky optimist. The important part is we know escape is possible. I'm not giving up on him. We'll find a way to get him back for good. I know it. So, chins up, right? Right. Oh, it's you. Wow, really? That's uncharacteristically gracious of her. Huh. Well, anyway, let's get started. It all begins with concentration. The eye wants to show you what you seek. So, clear your thoughts, and conjure up a picture of the relic in your mind. The exciting part. Gaze into the eye and focus on the facets in the glass. Take a breath, and try to unify the symbols into a single pattern. Eventually, you'll stop looking at the lens and start looking through it. Why don't we just give it a try? Don't fret. I mean, sure, it's not as if we're learning to boil rice down here, but someone with your innate talents should take to the process quite well. And like most things, you'll only improve with practice. There you have it. You're a proper antiquarian now. Seems you have quite a knack for it, too. Just keep practicing with the Antiquarian's Eye and master those digging techniques. I'm confident you'll be recovering priceless relics in no time. I'd report back to Verida and let her know you successfully extracted your first... antiquity. Don't expect too much in the way of praise, but trust me, she'll be ecstatic. Once you've checked in, start looking for relics. No time like the present, eh?
Welcome back, Antiquarian. I trust your time with Gabrielle was illuminating. Excellent. I had a good feeling about you, and as usual, I was right. From now on, consider yourself free to pursue any antiquities that interest you. We will catalog your findings for study, and together we will uncover the mysteries of this world. You have a great deal of work to do, Antiquarian. Wouldn't you agree? We're all quite busy, truth be told, but I suppose I can make more time for our most promising initiates. Is there something I can help you with? That is entirely up to you. What cultures spark your curiosity? What region of Tamriel do you yearn to visit? Or, if it's simple wealth you're after, what item might fetch a prize on the second-hand market? The choice is yours. Well, your Antiquities Codex contains only those antiquities we're currently aware of. If you want to make a unique discovery of your own, you'll need to find a lead. Something that gives you a place to start. Practically anywhere, believe it or not. Tucked away in chests, in the pockets of bandits, stashed in musty ruins. Just explore Tamriel as any adventurer would, and you're bound to find some. The potential applications of our discoveries are endless. You might find items worthy of display in your home, or discover a long-forgotten technique for body ornamentation. You might even recover jewelry or armor imbued with arcane power. Oh, I couldn't possibly choose. In any case, my interest in these objects has less to do with their uses and more to do with their historical value. Amalian swore she found parts of a mechanical mount, but that sounds a bit outlandish to me.
Look at you, those resolute shoulders, that glint in your eye that says, I'm ready for action. After searching high and low, I finally found just the person that Skyrim's premier arts college calls out for. How would you like to become a legend? The Bard's College, of course. We who pluck heartstrings and chill the blood. Years ago, our prized antique instruments were, borrowed by an overzealous member. She meant to heal a rift within the college, but it only made things worse. No one knows. The bard responsible left clues to their locations in a song, Nell's Hidden Loves. Just as yours truly solves the first verse, that instrument surfaced at a secret auction. Are you available for hire to retrieve the instrument? Now, naturally, you can't walk into a secret auction without the proper attire. Especially not the Sapphire Societies. Their events are outre and rare, mind-boggling and taboo fair. No serfs at their affair. Sorry, I can't help myself. All these secret societies love disguising themselves. It gives a sense of excitement to their lives of leisure. Fortunately, bards hear all sorts of secrets. Wearing this robe and mask will get you in the door. You also need the right passphrase. The magnates of the Sapphire Society speak a simple phrase to gain entry into their events. A jewel of blue rules the view. Truly underscores how they see themselves, doesn't it? You might want to practice it, just to be sure. Excellent. You scan lines quickly, I see. Still, I would avoid any ad-libbing. Remember, a jewel of blue rules the view. Well, you and I will save it together. A joint effort, brains and brawn. When they pen the song of this adventure, no doubt you will receive a mention. And what a song it will be, a tale of civil war, misguided decisions, and my stalwart bravery. Many years ago, the college had a collection of legendary instruments. Each inspired great passions, strength, love, tragedy. There was an argument among the bards. How best should the instruments be used? Some said the instruments were too precious and needed protection. Others asked, what use are they if they can't be played? The two sides actually came to blows, fretboards and inkwells flying every which way. It was all quite exhilarating. One of the college's greatest bards, Nell Farsong, took them. She thought if the instruments went missing, the fighting could end. So she hid them throughout Skyrim, which ended the war, but only because everyone was enraged at Nell. So she died. Very sad. And she never told a soul where to find the instruments. But while reading Nell's Hidden Loves, I realized it held clues to their locations. If we recover them based on her clues, I'll be a legend. It's a lute called Petra Loop. Actually, it's Petra Lute, but Try saying that after 5 strong meads. It was the learning lute at the college for generations, played by dozens, hundreds of bards over the years. It means a lot to us. Well, I hate to brag, but I am quite famous. Even if I wore the Sapphire Society disguise, the members would immediately recognize my voice. Such is the heavy burden of artistic success.
Speak. Welcome, and enter.
What is the terrible smell?
Do you know what I wish to see come up for sale? An item that demonstrates who the true rulers of Solitude are. Something like a Jarl's ring finger. Demanding you pay taxes looks foolish when you have one of those on a chain around your neck.
You know, as great as it is to be here to acquire some of these incredibly rare items, the excitement of being here in disguise is half the fun. You'd be quite shocked to find out what I'm wearing under these robes.
Did I overbid that last auction, huh?
That white mammoth certainly drew quite a bit of interest. So glad I won. They're so rare. Let's just hope the broker didn't cover a brown mammoth in talcum powder. Oh, why am I worried? The broker never lets us down.
All I'm saying is, if the Jarl doesn't realise he's still paying double regular price, then who am I to tell him? Excuse me, you're interrupting my conversation. Oh, and have someone clean up this wine.
I'm biding my time. I think the broker has something truly magnificent for the finale, like a dragon horn or a snow elf statue. Ha! With the broker, who knows?
I'm so disappointed that Oaf won. I should have bid more.
This is so thrilling. I can't wait to see the next offer.
The decrees from the Blue Palace are simply absurd. Investigating transfers of suspected stolen property? Who cares where someone got it? If I want it and they have it, I should be able to buy it.
If you want to see our next item, you'll have to wait like everyone else. No private previews. You should know the rules. But believe me, you'll want to stick around for this one. It's a head-turner. The loot? Nice patina. Just a trifle I came across in one of my hunts. It went on the block earlier. Too bad you weren't here then. There was only one buyer. A little bidding war would have warmed up the crowd. Now I do wish you had been here. You are skirting the rules. No revealing identities of buyers. Still, if you had arrived on time, you would know that the buyer behaved like an obnoxious ass. We typically frown upon stumbling about from drink.
Oh look, another masked person. How dreary. If a steak comes back on the block, don't you outbid me. When else will I get to try Argonian? I hear they're all flavour and no fat. Ha! Instrument? Oh, that lute. Yes, a mantelpiece for my music room. Has a nice shine to it. I acquired it for a song. A song! I made a joke, see? Ha! Why are you asking? Disappointed I bought it? Then too bad for you. Buy it? I would never... Oh, wait. You just handed me how much? Well, in that case, of course you can. Take this note and collect your treasure from my servants outside. Please do business with me again.
Yes? Perhaps you seek this one's mistress. She is busy, not to be disturbed. What is this scrap you give Mazalkir? Well, this is her handwriting. This one thinks she has been drinking again, selling things she just bought. Of course, Mazalkir does not steal, even if she deserves it.
You've returned! Have you brought back the Petroloop? Will my fingers glide over its gentle curves once more? Ah, Petroloop returns home! You know, I wooed my first love with this very lute, and my third as well. Thus begins the restoration of the college's famed collection to its former greatness. The history books will remember you for this. I assembled the museum for just this moment, but I think you deserve the honor of placing Petroloop on its podium. After you display the lute, perhaps you could read Nell's hidden loves. I could use your skill in recovering the other instruments. Ah! Wonderful! I left a copy of Nell's Hidden Loves on the table there. Have a look. Wonderful! Look at the proud Petroloop in its proper place once more. And we're a step closer to undoing Nell's folly. But there are many other priceless instruments lost somewhere out in the world. They need to come home. Yes, indeed. Let the clues within Nell's hidden loves guide the way. As you travel through Skyrim, keep your eyes open. And your ears, too. These are instruments we're pursuing after all. If you find more of them, I'll be here. They say the first one is always the hardest. Everything should be much easier from here. Once you recover all the instruments, I will compose an epic, an adventurer's triumph, to celebrate their return. You will star in it, of course. Of course it will be. We will use the instruments too. They should be revered, yes, but used for special occasions. But first, more instruments. You'll have expenses. Let me weigh you down with some gold before you go. As you fill the museum, bards from all over will make their way to Solitude. Keep working on the clues in Nell's poem. Once we have all the instruments collected, the performance can begin. With the clues in Nell's hidden loves and the return of Petroloop, word will travel fast among bards. I hear the vibrations among students, members, and alumni of the college already. Certainly, it will likely open a new dialogue about our legendary instruments, should they return in good order. You began something truly great here. Maestros that were once enemies have already started talking to each other again. Ah, yes, you may not be so familiar with the structure here. Maestros are the faculty of the Bards College, Master Bards. The head maestro manages the college as a whole. Currently, that is Catrell Gioric.
There. And now you are caught up. And that being said, I imagine we're heading to the palace. Or Blue Palace. We'll be passing... God, they did a very good job of mimicking the layout from Skyrim the game. Is this the Bard's College? I can't remember. Nope, that's the Antiquarians. The Bard's College is next door. Yeah, so the thing for this DLC was collect a bunch of instruments that were thrown all around. The problem, I do have a problem with Solitude in that there's way too many loading screens. Like, every building has a loading screen almost. That's not fun. Okay, let's see. So how do I put these? Tender Claw. Oh, well, the first one is this one you get from the auction. I think I looked at the inscription, but that's it. Made by Master Petra, this lute carries a wonderful warm tone and robust voice, unrivaled among other instruments. The curious name comes from many an inebriated bard calling for Petra's lute at the end of a long session. Oh, so you're drunk, so it's Petra lute. Inscribed in the back are the names of many of the college's most famous bards. Okay, we'll do Tender Claw. Oh, it's an Esraj. Oh, they make sound? Cool. Well, they make sound when you're looking for them, but... One of the oldest Esraj known to exist, Tenderclaw cemented Rimmond's reputation as a destination for bards from across Tamriel. For years, the renowned Khajiit skald Anexka played it during her week-long performances of the epic poem The Death of Fatimai. Oh, that's one of the primordial... Fatimai. That's one of the primordial forces? Like Padme is the other name for it. No musician since has achieved the perfect enchanting sounds that Anexka coaxed from the instrument. Legend says Tenderclaw was gifted from the Khajiit gods. Whether she was chosen or not is something Anexka would never clarify, preferring the allure of mystery. Okay, like a good story, like a good Khajiit story. Who's this? Maestro Viatrix Umbranox. Chime of the Endless Display. This is also Khajiit, isn't it? This small chime protected Ujira, adept of Zizkura, from the merciless attack of Dromathra that killed all others at her adeptorian. God, those words. By her rhythmic tapping of the chime, Ujira composed a hymn to Joan and Jode that kept her safe through that horrible night. The hymn was unfortunately lost. Did he say it? It's hymn, right? Or is it hymn? I think it's hymn. But the chime survived. The college restricts the use of this chime out of respect for our Khajiit compatriots. Can you play them again once you've... I guess not. That'd be kind of nice, though. Oh, they're like also in glass cases. I didn't even notice that. How come you're not? The Petra lute deserves a glass case. Lute of Blue Longing. Well, it's a lute. This instrument belonged to the cursed bard Galdred. While playing at the court of the East Kingdom, the queen became smitten with the handsome bard. Callously, he composed a tender ballad to seduce her. So believing he loved her, the queen dismissed her guards and Galdred came to her chamber. Before dawn, his pleasure done, the faithless bard slipped away and fled the castle. Realizing she had been cruelly deceived, the queen took her own life after laying a fearsome curse upon Galdred. It compelled him to sing the song of his treachery as her spirit appeared. Oh, whenever he took up this lute. Even today, the queen's spirit can sometimes be seen when love songs are played on this lute. Aye, that's a bad one. Don't touch that one. Oh, I'm more dizzy. I don't know what a dizzy is. I'm guessing it's a type of flute. A flute of Akaviri design. This instrument was played at the funerary procession for the last Akaviri potentate, Saivrian Chorak. It is said that as the sad and haunting notes of the dizzy were played, the Akaviri faithful and attendants broke into tears, hearing the distant voice of their homeland. Even non-Akaviri were moved by the mournful, yearning tones, some even more than the Akaviri themselves. Pan flute of Morakalis hag husband. Okay, it's a pan flute. It's kind of small compared to everything else, but okay, pan flutes are small. This pan flute belonged to the legendary skald and former instructor Morakalis hag husband. He was one of the few masters of this obscure instrument. Noted for his eccentricities, it is said that Morakalis crafted this flute from the leg bone of his twin brother who died in a mishap. Ever mischievous, the skald would sometimes confirm the story and sometimes deny it. Given the unsettling material of the flute and the questionable hygiene of playing it, Morakalis had few students to tutor and no successor. Yeah, who can... Ugh. Can you make a pan flute out of bone? I thought it usually... I guess if it's hollow. Dazn Taharpa. I guess that's a Talharpa? A crude version of a lyre. Okay, well now we know what it is. Its provenance tells of twin Breton brothers, Dawson and Gibbon. Ever competitive, they were still very close. Their legacy was of a musical competition in their town square using Talharpas. They drew such a crowd with their raucous, high-tempo interplay that people started dancing and cheering. Locals remember it as the greatest concert they ever heard. Afterward, Gibbon challenged Dawson to a race home. When a hillside trail narrowed, Gibbon got the better of Dawson. Nearly home, Gibbon had victory in his sight, but looked back before to see Dawson was not behind him. Dawson had fallen down the hill, dashed against boulders. He was bleeding profusely. Pallid and breathing shallow, Dawson said all he could remember was their triumphant musical competition. The townsfolk had declared no winner, but were inspired by the interwoven song. Knowing his end was near, he bade Gibbon vow to use his sinew to craft a new Talharpa and use it to inspire the people to dance. Gibbon did so, crafting this very instrument with his brother's sinew, but could not bring himself to play it with joy, so he donated to the... Oh, that's kind of a sad one. I hate sad brother stuff. Kothringi Leviathan Bugle. Well, Leviathans are from... Blackmarsh, no? The extinct... Kothringis are these silver-skinned humans from Blackmarsh. Oh, it says right there. The extinct Kothringi people of Blackmarsh have left very few relics behind, but the Bard's College... Blah, 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 blah. Cherishes this mournful instrument as a reminder of their culture and the ravages of the Nahatan Flute. This cheerful bugle was fashioned from the horn of a leviathan, a creature of terrible power that roams Blackmarsh, and dyed with silver blue pigments to match the skin color of the lost Kothringi people. The loud, ringing tones are as joyful and uplifting as the Kothringi people in their prime. You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that these two are bugged because they shouldn't be on display because I haven't put them on display. A Tian fife. Well, I know a fife is a type of flute. One of the last flutes crafted by the legendary Imperial flutesman, Parteron Atea. See, it's not even so much the difficulty of stumbling over my words as they keep making up things like Parteron Atea. Parteron's flutes were rare and coveted. This is the last one he finished working on before he died, which he specifically donated to the Bard's College to be enjoyed and preserved for the centuries to come. Though some of his fifes are still used around Tamriel, most are kept hidden away by collectors or the supremely talented flautists within the Atea family. Jahar Fusoja. This is probably also Khajiit if I had to guess. Early in the Second Era, the Main of Elsewhere donated this Quanun? I don't know. A Quanun? I don't know what a Quanun is. To the Bard's College in exchange for allowing Khajiit to attend and teach here. At the time, high-ranking Khajiit officials sought ways to preserve and spread their culture against the encroaching imperial rule of the Rimmon dynasty. This Quanun was placed at the celebration to announce the end of the Thracian plague that devastated Elsewhere. Named Jahar Fusoja, or Instrument of Celebration, today it reminds us to glory in life and never forget the old songs. Oh, I like that one. Okay, cool. Nope. I gotta keep... No. I don't know what just happened there. I guess this is a drum. Oh, it is pouring outside. When did that start? Oh, yeah, it's got drumsticks and everything. Sky Talker. This drum was used by an unknown Argonian slave during one of the many slave rebellions in Shadowfen. Although the owner's name is lost to history, oral tradition says the drum, named Sky Talker, was used to send messages to different slave gangs during the revolt. Drum voices are often described as inspiring the rebels to great deeds. This drum is a reminder to all bards that even in the worst of time, music can raise the spirit and inspire the soul. Well, I guess that's another kind of, not reference, but kind of mention to how Argonian, one of the aspects they're derived from is like Native American, Middle Central American styling, so drums make sense. Okay, we've got King Thunder. This is also a drum. It's Orsinium or Orsimer. Yeah. The Orsimer bellowing drum, King Thunder, is renowned for both its bass tone and the sheer volume it produces. The Orcs prize drums for both celebration and war, creating complex rhythms as the foundation for their warlike rituals. This drum was hidden during the siege of Orsinium and eventually made its way to Yashnag Gro Yazgu's stronghold in Falkreath. The drum was presented to the college by Jarl Hakvild to commemorate his victory over Chief Yashnag and his champions. Oh, well, that's kind of not a good way to get that drum. Lily Tongue. It's a harp, right? Yeah. It's a low-resolution harp. Aldmeri. Master harpists played the Aldmeri Harp Lily Tongue to the High Court of Alinor since time immemorial. Lily Tongue was the instrument used in some of the most enchanting arias produced by the great composer Raoul Milval. The harp disappeared during the War of... Come on, man, with these words. Uvichil, and was presumed destroyed. A new royal harp was commissioned to replace it. Lily Tongue resurfaced in the last century after being lost for more than 500 years. It now sits in a place of honor in the Bard's College as an example of the history, eminent beauty, and unparalleled artistry of the High Elf crafters. So what have we got? We've got Khajiit, we've got Argonian, we've got Orc, we've got High Elf. We need a Dark Elf instrument, we need a Wood Elf instrument, we need a Nord instrument. Oh, we got a Breton instrument over there. We even have a Kothringi and an Akaviri. We need Nord, Redguard, Wood Elf, Dark Elf, Imperial. Longfire. That's a nice lute. Wait, is that a lute? No, that's a sitar. No, Tanbur. I don't know what Tanbur is. This Tanbur is an example of Yakutan artistry. Okay, so this is our Redguard one. It is believed this instrument was owned by a sword singer in Frandar Hunding's expedition to Hammerfell. According to custom, Yokudan bards consider their instruments sacred, imbued with the divine spirit. Longfire was named for quiet nights in the deep desert when a bard would gather his companions to play the songs of their lost homeland by the light of the stars and a low-burning fire. Jarlsbane. Hi. Oh, I was like, where'd it go? It's this thing, which I'm not sure what exactly this instrument is. A delegation from Lord okay, so this is our Dark Elf. From Lord Vivek of Vardenfell presented this table string, just called table strings, to High King Svardir. Not accustomed to Dunmeri tonal structures, the court musician declared it grossly untunable and overly complicated. For many years, this instrument sat in the Blue Palace as a curiosity until it was recently discovered by Master Bard Andrani Selvilo of House Redoran. High King Svargrim generously donated this instrument to the college to further the understanding of the Dunmeri arts. Still sounds like shrieking ills is scratched into the metal plaque below the inscribed words. I wish you could play them, that would be neat. I should oh, wait, what? I guess this isn't the Shadow of Rajin, this is something else. It's just a random 2 instruments. Oh. Well, that's what is it, a lyre? According to legend, a young and foolish bard bargained with Rajin for power to seduce any person he wished with his songs. This must have amused the trickster god because he sent one of his 7 shadows to brush the strings of the young man's lyre. However, such deals always came with a price. While the young man could inspire lustful passions, his songs stoked equally jealous fury and cuckolded rivals. For a time, the young bard's luck held out and even provided material for tales of challenges, duels, and midnight escapes. But luck is a wheel that turns, and it turned on him. He was killed and the lyre passed to another. Sooner or later, another musician discovered how faux active its secret and... Oh, how to activate. How couldn't I read that? Its secret and met the same eventual fate. So the cycle repeated itself over the centuries. Although the college thoroughly tested and warded the Shadow of Rajin since acquiring it, those wishing to play the lyre do so at their own risk. Lodestone. Oh, another lyre. 2 lyres? Oh, but they're like cool different styles. I like that. Callistos Lightstone. Revered as the tool of choice for Master Bard and renowned musician Callistos, this lyre toured Tamriel with him for decades. Callistos would often tell the tale of how he tricked the mad god himself into giving him this instrument. Encountering Sheogorath, Callistos, already a skilled bard, played the most arousing love song Sheogorath had ever heard. Callistos convinced the Prince of Madness that his plain lyre had been imbued by Dibella with a raw passion. Sheogorath wanted it, and in exchange gave Callistos an instrument he called Lodestone, a lyre he tied to Callistos' stole, claiming it would bring him glory and fame, which it did. After some time, Callistos' great deeds and talent became legendary among the Bard's College alumni. After one morning, Lodestone was found in a practice room at the college, and Callistos was never seen or heard from again. It has long been surmised that Callistos constantly toured Tamriel to escape Sheogorath's wrath, but he was finally caught. Ah. That's a dangerous one. Nobody should play that one. I'm guessing Callistos is an Imperial, which still leaves us with some Nord instrument missing, and a Wood Elf. Well, Remen, that's another Khajiit. They have instruments in Bosmer tradition and culture. Why no? Many drummers accompanied the armies of Remen as he defended Skyrim to the... Remen isn't Khajiit, that's Imperial. Defended Skyrim from the Akaviri. This drum, which belonged to one of those soldiers, was likely present at the Battle of Pale Pass when the Akaviri knelt before Remen. Though it served in the regiments of several more leaders of the Remen dynasty, it faded out of use before the last Remen emperor was assassinated. Since then, the drum was passed from Jarl to Jarl by inheritance, gift, or conquest. The drum now sounds on the feast days of the great heroes of Skyrim. Okay, so that's really Skyrim drum. Makes sense. And the last one, Shriek of Silk. That's the last one. I'm gonna bet this is either Argonian or Bosmer. Considering how fleshy it looks, I almost... No, wait, it's frogs. This is Argonian. Oh, it's a little... I love these little guys. This is a Vosatil, right? I think I can play one? Oh, I took it off my hotbar. One of the few famous traveling Argonian bards... This was a traveling instrument? Argonian bard Softbeak brought this unique specimen of the Vosatil to the college in the 3rd century. To this day, it is regarded as one of the most difficult instruments to master. Over the centuries, it was most often used for hazing and playing. At one point, senior students would tell fledgling bards that they should take up the Vosatil, as it was easy to learn, and certain notes would make any Argonian swoon in their favor. If it didn't make the right sound, it was because they weren't blowing with enough spittle. Bard's college staff did eventually put a stop to this, and this particular instrument was taken up with pride as the favorite of the current adjunct professor of Argonian music theory, Twain's the Knight. That's a nice name. Is that really it? Oh, okay, now there's a quest.
When did the skin stealers take Ronda? Weeks ago? Months? Years?
As you fill the museum, bards from all over will make their way to Solitude. Keep working on the clues in Nell's poem. Once we have all the instruments collected, the performance can begin.
I got him.
You did it. Just look at them all on display and waiting to be played. Maestro Nell would be happy to see them back, I think. No more reveries. We must celebrate this historic occasion. It is time for a Solskap.
What's that?
A gathering of the bards. Poetry, song, and drink. It will be the first performance of my epic, An Adventurer's Triumph. Everyone in Solitude must know. I have handbills, but there is so much to do. Can you put them up? Then hurry back for the show.
Okay.
There are many fine places to post handbills around Solitude. You should only need to post 4 of them, but make sure people see them. We need to get the word out.
What's a Solskap?
Ah, the Solskap. It's a congregation of masterful bards. For generations, master bards would call for a Solskap in times of joy. They sent word across the region, or even all of Tamriel, for the most talented bards to gather to them.
So, some sort of conference?
No, a celebration, a days-long bash. Bards and skalds gather together to talk, play music, drink, tell stories, share recent events, and perform their latest works. I revived this old ritual to bring us together again. A wonder to behold.
Fascinating.
There are many fine places to post handbills around.
Oh, if they actually come together and like play all the instruments together at one time, that would be awesome. I would like to see that. A salscap, huh? I wonder if that's a real word. Is there no reward for collecting all the things? Usually there's like a furnishing or something, right?
Sure, bones, it gets worse each day. My mother's cousin says her neighbors disappeared.
My mother's cousin's neighbor. Alright. Oh. I'll just hit this rock a little. Oh, I can actually read them. Man, I hope they actually play them all. It's not just like a little meet and greet. Oh, there's a lot of places I can put these things.
I'm desperate.
Hello, shady character. I wonder if where you put them kind of determines the type of crowd you bring in. That would probably be a little too much, I think. Alright, this is the House of the Dead. Man, they really do let you just put them wherever you want. Oh. Is there gonna be... Oh, looks like there's a crowd gathered.
Greetings to all! Hurry now! Our entertainment begins momentarily!
I'm the only one here, Leyborn.
Time for the Selskap to begin. You of all people should stay for the entertainment. I wish I had time to hear how you found all the instruments.
I posted the handbills. You should expect a crowd.
Good. I
Ooh,
spoke with my fellow
a music
bards,
box.
and we are in agreement. The instruments shall stay on display, and every year we will host a celebration of their return. This way, everyone can play and hear them. I reserve the seat of honor for you.
Ooh,
Enjoy.
music box is nice. So you can get 2 music boxes from Greymoor. You get one from this quest, and you get one from Antiquities. Actually, I think I have all the parts for that. I just can't look for them yet, because I'm not high enough level.
Everyone ready?
Aye, tuned up.
Oh, that's kind of underwhelming. I guess it would make sense because some of those instruments should definitely not be played. I can't even talk to these people. Can I talk to the... Nope. I'm guessing they just stay here and play. That's cool. I like that. The music box is a nice reward, though. The Merry Mead Maker. I wonder what that sounds like. I'll stop by my inn room at one point and put it down so we can hear it.
What
Cool
is
horns.
it?
Wait, isn't this just regular Nord? Oh no, this is ancestral Nord. It's the like updated, nicer looking version. How come this didn't have a load screen, but the smaller houses do? Hey, Lyris. Is it a different axe? No, it's the same one you had in all the Sky or Ice Reach stuff. God, she's still tall.
Yorin didn't mention he was sending you to Solitude. Not that I'm sorry to have you along. An
Didn't
extra
he?
blade is always welcome. As soon as Brondgold shows up, we can get things started.
Well, he's not showing up. He's dead.
He's what? Damn it. Queen Gerhild will be here at any moment. Look, Her Highness is expecting to talk to me and my contact. I need you to pretend to be that contact, or this will go very badly.
What's it all about?
We can exchange intimate details of our lives later. Right now, just know that the safety of all of Skyrim, maybe even all of Tamriel, depends on how this meeting goes. So follow my lead and be on your best behavior with Her Highness.
Follow your lead with what? Uh-oh.
Lyris Titanborn. Your reputation is known even here in the West. Is this one of your famed companions?
No, but I assure you
yes.
my partner is one of the Skald King's best. Go introduce yourself, partner.
That's also true. I mean, both of those things are true. I am, in fact, a companion, and I am, in fact, one of the Skald King's best. I saved him, like, 2 times? No, 3 times now?
I am Gerhild, Queen of Skyrim. Allow me to welcome you on behalf of our kingdom, our city, and our hold. Who might you be?
Wait. What? I thought... Oh, you're the queen, so I guess Svardrim, or whatever his name is your husband? That's my name, Rakunchulgrum, your majesty.
The letter that preceded your arrival said an attempt was made on the Skald King's life. It indicated that High King Svargrim would be next. My husband took that as an accusation and a threat. He will not meet with you, but I will hear you out.
I've witnessed some concerning things since I arrived here, your majesty.
Have you anything that would persuade my husband? It will take some substantial evidence to convince High King Svargrim to heed the words of the hated Urn, the Skald King.
There's evidence of Reachman activity around Solitude.
Reachman transgressions will not be enough for Svargrim to accept outside help. He's a prideful man, and the bad blood between him and Urn runs deep. I will speak on your behalf, but you and Lyris will need to bring me proof he cannot ignore.
We'll find that proof, your majesty.
Thank you for alerting me to this situation. I am eager to see what else you uncover. I will do what I can, but be as discreet as possible. If you run afoul of my husband, he won't hesitate to return you to Urn, and not necessarily in one piece.
Why is there bad blood between the High King and the Skald King?
Eastern and Western Skyrim have been at odds since the kingdom was divided. Urun's ambitions for the Ruby Throne, however, have created a new level of tension. Forming alliances and raising armies for conquest. Should we not be wary of such a man?
Svargrim thinks Urn wants to take over his kingdom?
Frankly, yes. He believes Urn hasn't marched here with an army as yet, because the Western holds are firmly united against Pact rule. My husband is certain Urn plots to erode those allegiances. You will not easily earn the High King's trust.
I mean, listen, lady, I'm sure you love the man, but he sounds crazy paranoid. What sort of proof will persuade High King Svargrim to listen?
You must convince my husband that a threat greater than Urn exists. Further, this threat must directly imperil the High King. Find proof of this, and I will assist you how I can. Helping to keep our hold safe will also allay his concerns.
What we found so far isn't enough.
It's enough for me to believe your intentions are sincere. Learn more about these suspicious activities you mentioned. Then bring it to me. If this threat is as dangerous as Urn claims, prove it, and I will make my husband listen to reason.
A soldier accused me of being a spy. Are your people always so suspicious?
My deepest apologies. Between the Reach to our south and the Ebonheart Pact to the east, our soldiers have come to see all outsiders as a potential threat. I will look into this. Vigilance cannot be allowed to become a bludgeon.
Who's this? You have a name, but I can't talk to you. I'm guessing you'll be important later. Man, you really... Lyris, you're a tall lady.
You handled that better than I expected. Now what in Mara's name happened to Brundled?
He was fleeing pursuit and gave me a bundle of papers before he died.
Damn. Lucky thing he found you. Brundled was supposed to get the lay of the land before I got here. Without his information, my work for Urn the Skald King could be over before it begins. What did he give you? Hand it over.
There's everything.
Smugglers and Reachmen up to illicit business. Nothing unusual there, but Brundled thought it could be connected to the Coven. I'm short a good investigator, and you stepped into the role easily enough. Can I count on you to help me with this?
Yeah.
Brundled mentioned some locals we should have a talk with. A snitch named Grega who likes to gamble in back alleys, and an orc named Mog who frequents the Lonely Troll Inn. Let's find them and see what they can tell us.
How do we know the smugglers and Reachmen are even connected?
We don't, but it's all we've got. Even if they aren't connected to the Ice Reach Coven, taking care of a few of Svargrim's problems might earn us some goodwill. Now, let's go check out the back alleys and the Lonely Troll Inn.
Sure. I think the Lonely Troll is where my little inn room is.
I'm not the first Nord from the east to receive a chilly reception at the Blue Palace. Doubt I'll be the last.
Try to keep up. Oh, you can keep up. I forgot you have...
The Bard's College. Hard to imagine the Skald King spent his youth studying verse in this stodgy old kingdom.
Oh, she can have commentary in like all the places we pass? Is that a... What is... Oh, it's a poison bottle.
Hello there.
Oh, doggy, you've got to not be inside people.
Hey, don't step on the dice. There a reason you're interrupting our game, pork face?
Brondel said you might know something about the smuggled goods from Sentinel.
Don't know any Brondel. Don't know you. Either way, I got nothing to tell you. Get lost. I'm on a winning streak.
Brondel's dead because of what's in those crates. They'll come for you, too.
Dead? That's a new one. Nothing Kassala usually moves through port is worth killing over. You didn't hear it from me, but she's the one picking up those shipments. Her warehouse is down on the docks. You want to know more? Go ask her.
Okay. Kassala, huh? Is she not going to have commentary in all these buildings?
Castle Dower is a monument to the Western spirit. Stony and cheerless. Maybe the new tower will liven up the place.
Oh, right. They're building it. Isn't there like a new tower between now and when Skyrim takes place? The game? It's so annoying to have it called Skyrim the game and whatever. This one's the Lonely Troll. This is the other. No, this is Hafengar. This is the bank. This is the Lonely Troll. Wait, is the music box... Is the music box a collectible?
I have questions.
Questions? Happy to oblige. Buy a few rounds and let's chat.
You're going to answer me, Orc, or...
Hey! Nobody intimidates my friends.
Princess Svana.
Excuse me? Oh. Oh no, it's just this item. You only get it once, though. Ooh, that's... Well, it's not hard to get those... Well, some of them are in delves. Yeah, it's still not that hard to get them. Princess Svana?
Who gave you the right to walk in here and bully my friend? Did my father send you?
Why would your father send me to bully Mal?
Because he doesn't like Mog. But I like Mog. Mog doesn't care that I'm a princess, and it doesn't matter to me that Mog's a scoundrel. If my father didn't send you, why are you threatening my friend?
We wanted to ask if you saw the people putting up the job postings.
Smelly bastards. Cheap, too. Wouldn't buy us a drink. They hung their flyers and left without saying a word. Then, a different smelly bastard showed up to sign on workers. He was a charmer, though.
You remember anything else about this charmer?
His breeches fit well. And he was handsome. Not a Nord. Breton, maybe. I didn't really listen to what he was saying. A half-dozen workers left with him. Off to the Drudok Mountains or someplace. He hasn't been back since.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Let's talk outside, partner.
Well, this was a fascinating conversation, Ma. Sorry to scare you.
Oh, well done. You handled the princess with skill and aplomb. Saves me the trouble of having to talk her down. I'd say I'm in your debt, but it was your sea giant that provoked her in the first place.
Do you remember anything else about these job postings?
That's what this was all about? You and this sea giant looking for work? You're too late, I'm afraid. The posting agent has come and gone, and with a handful of laborers in tow. The flyers are still around, so perhaps they'll return.
Any idea where they went?
I heard mention of the Drudok Mountains, but I doubt that was anything more than a false trail. Most of these mining concerns like to keep the true location of their hoard trade secret. Wait, is that it? You a competitor out to steal their mine?
Why do you think this has anything to do with mining?
Overheard snippets of conversation and a feeling in my gut. While the hiring agent might have been a Breton, his associates were clearly from the Reach, by the way. I also heard talk of a lodge outside the city. Perhaps a stop along the way.
Thanks for the information. She's short-ish for a Nord. I guess I'm just used to seeing Lyris everywhere. Reachman. We haven't really learned anything besides there are Reachmen and they're taking people to the mountains like before. Oh, I like that the when you do your crafting writs, you turn them in over there, which is where that guy got executed in Skyrim.
So we've got a mysterious Breton possibly working with Reachmen, recruiting workers for some unknown purpose. Plus there's a smuggler hiding unknown contraband in a warehouse down by the docks. I say we deal with the smuggler first.
Why the smuggler?
We know where to find her, and we more or less know what she's up to. And if the two are connected, maybe the smuggler can help us narrow our search for the Breton. Ready to visit Casella's warehouse?
Yeah. Oh, I thought that meant we were going to transition. Okay. That's a nice wolf. Oh, wait, is this the wolf? I think you get a wolf for... Okay, it's standing a little funny, but I think you get a wolf for finishing this quest, or some quest line in this DLC. There's actually a lot of rewards. They're just really spread out. Especially, that's not even factoring in the Antiquities stuff. I want to get that amount. I want to get all those furnishings. It's such a nice system. There's some bugged ones, though, which is unfortunate. But overall, so far, leads haven't been too hard to get, as long as you know where to look. Some of them are grindy, like you gotta beat the final boss of a group dungeon. But that's not the end of the world. I did have some trouble with some of the ones you need the motifs you get from looking through treasure chests, but I eventually got them all. I just have to actually follow the leads now. I was so close. Maybe I should have done a little bit more off screen. Because, yeah, rank 7 of this one, you get treasure chests are highlighted, which is so nice. That one skill alone almost makes it worth grinding up to the skill line.
That's Casella's warehouse. Only one sentry. Let's try not to cause a scene.
Hosadir, wait. This building? Isn't this the building the guard went into? It is. Some fish is going. Cool mohawk. Do you have cool, like, face tattoos, or are they just not loaded? No, I guess that's just how... They're, like, almost... like scar tattoos.
Private property. Get lost. Wait. A half-giant? Is that Lyris Titanborn?
You know Lyris?
Blood and Blade. Everyone knows Lyris Titanborn. What a woman. She's even larger than I imagined. No wonder she fought Swordmaster Sai Sahan to a draw. Wait, is he here too?
No, just us. We need to see Casalla.
Until Casalla returns, I'd be happy to keep fair Lyris company in her stead.
Wow, is that just a thing? Do like all Red Guards just like her? Perhaps we could wait inside?
Alas, Casalla doesn't allow visitors when she isn't here to conduct business. But we can wait out here. Do you think Lyris would autograph my ancestral scabbard? It would mean so much to my son. When I have one. Do you know if Lyris is betrothed?
Oh my god, guy. I'm not sure, but if you get your scabbard, she'd be happy to autograph it.
Oh, thank you. You don't know how much this means to me.
I don't know what you said to him, but this is our chance. Try the lock.
Oh. Oh, she can replace broken... Trivial? I've never even seen Trivial. Well, there's a lot of Coven labels in here.
See what's in those marked crates. I'll watch the door.
More urn pieces. Ancient urn. Oh, just the whole urn itself. These markings, the markings of the urn match the shards found. Okay, so there's definitely a Grey Host ashes in here. I'm probably holding a werewolf right now. Ashen Bones. That one might be a werewolf. Yep. Or a vampire. Reach ritual fetishes. Gross.
Would return. Brought muscle this time, I see.
More than you. Care to try me?
I'll pass. I just want to know who's been meddling in my business.
Wait, who was talking there? The lady with the archer? Or the... I guess it was you talking. Okay. Cool armor.
I had a feeling it wasn't just an opportunistic thief trying to steal my cargo. What are you after?
Proof of a plot against the High King. Care to explain what's in these crates?
A plot against the High King? Involving plundered antiquities from Hammerfell? Preposterous. I'm simply facilitating a transaction between treasure hunters and a rich collector. So, who am I paying the bribe to? You or the High King?
What about these reach fetishes?
Give me that! Tribal craft's my arse. I told that son of a skeever I don't deal in arcane goods. Especially ones from the Reach. Nothing but sorrow comes from such business. This isn't cursed, is it?
Who hired you to smuggle this?
No name. Just instructions and gold. Shipments come in, I make sure no one looks too closely and wait for a pickup. Never see same face twice. Last time it was a smooth-talking Breton with Nord laborers in tow. You want more? I need assurances.
I'm sure we can work something out.
They're taking the cargo to an abandoned lodge in the foothills north of Solitude. Occasionally used it myself when the city guard was being thorough. Want to catch them? Start there. If that's all, we're leaving. I'm not losing my head over this.
Can you tell me anything about the Breton laborers?
The Breton was sly. Handsome even. Thought he could charm me into taking on additional shipments. Now that I know what's involved, the trouble isn't worth it. The Nords were local, hired hands from the Lonely Troll.
You never check your cargo?
I'm paid not to ask too many questions. This arrangement was a lucrative one. I trusted them, but it seems they took advantage of my natural greed. That won't happen again.
Okay. God, you are... Look at the height difference. I mean, just look at my character and the height difference.
Ronald had good instincts. We're definitely onto something. Our mystery buyer is hiring locals to haul these urns and reach fetishes out of the city. But for what purpose?
Could it have something to do with the ritual I saw the witch perform at the barrow?
The Coven was also perfecting some kind of ritual in Icereach. Something to do with storms. If these fetishes are from Icereach, you may be onto something. Still, why involve the locals? Seems like an unnecessary risk.
I guess we should check out that lodge.
Good idea. Head there while I circle around from the other direction. Maybe I can catch them before they reach the lodge. Just be careful. I'd rather not lose another partner at this point in the investigation.
I'll see you at the lodge. Don't worry, Lyris, I
Give
literally
your sentry
can't
my
die.
best. And tell him I owe him an autograph.
Oh, he's gonna get more than an autograph if I see him again.
Ooh. Yikes. Oh, he really is just gone. I wonder if they just remove him from the game. The lodge, the lodge, the lodge. Where is it? Oh, it's like blending in. It's right there. We haven't really progressed outside of Solitude yet. It would be nice to see the rest of the area. Oh, God, this... I don't know that I had played yet at nighttime here. I must have, right? Maybe not. I've been doing a lot of the Antiquities stuff, which is in other zones. It's pretty. I think you get Northern Lights in the other parts of Skyrim too, if I'm not mistaken. Ah.
A straggler. I have more than I need, so I'll just feast on you here.
This character isn't as strong as Mr. Miserable, but he's plenty tanky. Pentarch, huh? Oh, this is... I love the, like, even more Nordic-style homes that you see in this area. Gorn's Lodge. Pentarch Zeros. Oh. Come on, man. Give me some Western Skyrim, some Solitude plans. Dang. Lyris, are you here? No, you're further. I guess one of the nice things when you aren't roaring with this abomination, it is relatively quiet.
Over here, partner.
Huh, you smushed quite a few Reachmen. Oh, another thing I've noticed is with the latest patch, NPCs like keep turning to face you now. It's kind of cool. That's pretty. Oh, it even has like the moons.
All I found were these Reachmen stalking the pass. Decided they'd rather die than talk, so I obliged. They don't look like they're from Icereach, but they are wearing the Coven's medallions. Anyway, did you find the lodge?
The lodge was empty, but I found a letter for the Breton. Orders to send the shipment to Kilcreath.
Kilcreath? The temple to Meridia? Why would the Icereach Coven target a local Daedra cult?
The letter said they were ready to start the ritual as soon as they received the shipment.
Damn, we're running out of time. I'll head back to Solitude and try again to warn High King Svargrim. You go to Kilcreath Temple and alert Meridia's priests. I'll meet you there as soon as I can.
Warn the priests? Shouldn't I attempt to stop the ritual?
You'll be going up against the Coven by yourself. Warn the priests. If there's an opportunity to safely stop or delay the ritual, by all means. But don't take any unnecessary chances. I still don't want to lose another partner. Good luck.
Okay. Where is that temple? Oh, it's like right there. Wait, I am wearing the right set, right? Okay. Oh, I forgot I had to switch. Yeah, I switched from Stonekeeper to Engine Guardian because Stonekeeper just... They massacred my boy. I loved that set. They made it not as good. Engine Guardian's still pretty good, though.
There has befallen Kilcreath Temple.
Hey, Fenorian! He was in Harrow Storm. Actually, he's also in the intro cinematic for this DLC.
It's good to see you again, but what are you doing here? Have you followed the Draugr plunder to this hold too?
I was sent to warn the temple priests and find evidence of the Icereach Coven for the Queen.
I'm sorry, but you're too late. The Coven unleashed their Harrow Storm, and now vampires and Harrow fiends are everywhere. Still, meeting you again is fortuitous. We worked well together, and I could use your help tracking down the Draugr plunder.
What's that about Draugr plunder?
The Draugr were smuggling remains out of Bankerai and sending them here by way of Sentinel. The cargo arrived in Solitude, but it wasn't clear who the shipments were for until I followed them here. They were destined for the Icereach Coven.
I was tracking the shipments too. That's what led me here to warn the priests.
The temple. There may be survivors who could use your help. Meanwhile, if we can learn more about the ritual, we may be able to determine a way to stop them. At the very least, we need to figure out where they plan to strike next.
What do you need me to do?
I could use your help to examine the strange pikes erected around the temple. Harrow fiends and vampires roam the area, making it difficult to get close. Hence the need for your assistance. You see, I'm not that confident in my combat prowess.
What exactly happened to Kilcreath Temple?
The Icereach Coven performed a ritual that unleashed a Harrow Storm on the temple. It struck without warning and evaporated as quickly as it began. But in its wake, it left behind Harrow fiends. Innocent priests and pilgrims transformed into monsters.
What is a Harrow Storm?
That's what I heard the Icereach Coven call the storm that struck Kilcreath Temple. It's magical in nature. The result of some sort of ritual performed by the witches. I'm still investigating, but I think the Harrow fiends are a byproduct of the storm.
Goodbye. I think there's a separate quest to actually help. Yeah.
Look, a priest of Meridia. Maybe they can tell us more about what happened at the temple.
I'll do it later, I swear. I just want to do the... Ooh, I should be fighting... Apparently vampiric bears are good for, There's a lead you can get from them. I think it's... It's a font or something? A furnishing? Yeah.
An alchemical residue. That should prove useful.
Yeah, apparently you should go after vampiric and gloomspore bears.
It's depleted. Just ordinary sticks and rope now. Interesting.
Someone else is here. I guess the guy that was... Yep. Oh, look, there's my little guy. How come you're not unfolding? You're supposed to, like, come out and not be a ball. Oh, okay.
Can you feel the lingering energy? That's Daedric, if I'm not mistaken.
Uh-oh. Who are we dealing with this time, then? Who? Namira? She's kind of focused with the undead stuff.
These depleted witch pikes expended a lot of power to summon the Harrowstorm. Now they're just ordinary sticks, but even in this state, they tell us much about the ritual that flowed through them.
Remind me, what did we learn by examining the depleted witch pikes?
I'm sure now that the pikes play a significant role as focal points for the storm ritual. The prepared pikes are depleted as the ritual runs its course, but I sensed lingering energy, including a Daedric taint. And we found an intriguing residue.
What is the significance of the residue?
It's the remains of an alchemical poultice that was spread over the pikes. Smells like rotting fungus, doesn't it? With a little study, I should be able to identify each ingredient in its makeup. Then I can begin to understand the ritual.
Should we take a closer look at the temple now? Those things just respawn.
One other thing I want to check first.
Why is the dialogue to talk to him here? Oh, there's a lot of people. What are you doing, dude? Don't bring more problems here. Alright, where were we? This.
One other thing I want to check first. I noticed the pilgrims leading a cart away from the temple right before the storm hit. Coven members could have tried to slip away among the innocents. The cart should be along the road south of the temple.
Let's go check on the pilgrims. Yeah, that's not a good move, game developers. You shouldn't put the conversation right next to a respawning combat zone.
I heard that Scorvild baited the giants into attacking Lower Yorgrim.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yorgrim. Oh. You don't look so good, lady. You look like you're about to go feral at any moment.
Strange. They're alive, but unresponsive. Check the crates and see if they contain the smuggled items.
Odds are. Dust and ashes.
Did you find anything of interest in the crate?
The crate was empty except for some dust and ash.
I can't believe anyone knowingly involved would have let themselves be exposed to the storm. Perhaps the pilgrims were tricked into transporting the crate. Or maybe it was slipped into their cart.
Should we check on the temple now?
Yes, of course. Though I fear what we may find there. The temple was clearly at the center of the storm. Regardless, there's still a lot we don't know about the effects of this ritual. Observing the target area could offer new insights.
Let's head to the temple. I guess I should take that quest if we're going to kill Kreeth. Priest Isonir. Vampire Skullguard.
Oh, thank Meridia! The priests and pilgrims of Kiltrith Temple. We need assistance. A great and terrible storm struck, and so many of us were lost.
What's Kiltrith Temple?
A temple dedicated to Meridia, the Lady of Light. Pilgrims come from across Skyrim.
That's right, you can come here in Skyrim.
Blessings,
Another has
especially
touched
at this
the beacon.
time of the year. Please, talk to Priest Babian. You'll find her in the nearby cave, tending to the injured.
You know what? We'll do this another time. I thought this would be going straight into the temple. It's not. Plus, I still have it marked on my map. Yeah, I'll come back later. Another ancestral beacon. Goodbye. Oh my. I think she's dead, Jim.
These are temple priests and pilgrims. It seems the storm killed them.
Hey, get out of here. Oh. Dog.
I'll need to perform more tests. But from what we've seen, I believe the storm affects mortals in 3 distinct ways. It kills them, transforms them into harrow fiends, or leaves them mindless. I suppose I'd say it harrowed those poor pilgrims.
So what do we do next?
I want to learn more about the ritual, and how it produces the harrow storms. And I need to confirm my theories about the storm's effects. I'll start by examining the residue from the witch pike to identify the components used to power the ritual.
What do you need to examine the what?
My
do you need to
alchemical
examine?
equipment. It's extremely fragile, so I left it in my pack. I hid it among a copse of trees once I saw all the vampires and harrow fiends. Once I retrieve it, I can find a place to begin my analysis.
Let's go find your pack. Any vampire bears? No, death hound. I've already got 2, I don't need more of them.
Wait, wait! I'm
That's
not part
close
of the
enough, Leech.
Liris, please don't kill the man.
Looks like I made it back just in time. This place is crawling with vampires, and that one was about to make a meal out of you.
That's Fenorian of House Ravenwatch. He's investigating the Icereach Coven just like us.
House Ravenwatch. I've heard of them, but he's a long way from Rivenspire. Well, if you're willing to trust a vampire, I suppose I can too. I spotted a Coven Witch. If we hurry, we might be able to catch her.
A Coven Witch? Where?
On the cliff overlooking the temple. Calls herself Sister Embrit. I was going to rush her, but I wanted to make sure you hadn't run afoul of any of these monsters first. No offense, Fen. Come on. If we're lucky, the witch is still up there.
I'll meet you up there.
Perhaps I could question the witch before you introduce her to your impressive axe blade?
Oh, I guess you're just gonna look at your backpack until I go deal with this. Okay. Wow, that guy gets around. No, no thank you. Hey, you guys aren't supposed to aggro on me. I have my special perk. Or skill. This place is dragon culty. Well, someone beat me.
Harrowed. It seems the ritual needs refinement.
Kill her before she can summon another storm.
Willing sacrifices. How nice.
Sacrifice. I'd rather give you my axe, witch.
Okay, she does the jumpy up thing. I don't have sustain anymore. Actually, wait, speaking of sustain, where's my... There he is. Oh, Magicka? I don't need Magicka right now. That's the only problem. I might switch to the Sentinel of Rekugams, because at least his is a little more predictable in what he boosts. Sometimes Engine Guardian gives you one... Oh, now you give me stamina. Never mind.
You could take her prisoner. No matter. I found something. This way?
Go with your vampire friend.
This way?
Around here.
What'd you find, Fen? It's a table. Actually, that's a coffin. Close enough, though. Wait, is it a coffin? It might not be. A lot of broken urns.
Do you see? These are the same as the urns smuggled from Bankarai. They didn't just shatter. They exploded. I can sense traces of magicka clinging to the shards that match the energy used in the storm ritual. These other fragments, though.
Other fragments?
All this rubble scattered around didn't just come from these urns. The texture and patterns are different. They appear to have used the funerary dust in the urns to summon the harrow storms. But I'm not sure what was inside the larger vessels.
The larger vessels?
Look at the shape of the fragments. They come from a hollow receptacle of some sort. Something at least as tall as you. Perhaps larger. Just another piece of the puzzle. Maybe when I analyze the witch pike residue, an answer will suggest itself.
Come to Solitude with us. There must be a place where you can set up your equipment.
Thank you, but no. I try to avoid large population centers. The temptation. You understand. I'll find someplace nearby, but out of the way where I can set up my equipment and work undisturbed. I'll send word when I have something to report.
Do you have a location in mind?
I met a clever woman who lives in the bog near Morthal. Old Mjolin's a dying breed among the Nords. A practitioner of the old magic. The locals both admire and fear her. If anyone can help me untangle the Coven's ritual, it's her.
What makes you think old Mjolin can help?
Mjolin's experience with the old ways and reach magic make her ideally suited to assist me in this endeavor. She's the closest thing to an expert we're likely to find out here. At least one who doesn't want to feed our eyes to a harpy.
Where's Morthal?
Western Skyrim consists of 3 holds. Hothengar, Hjalmarch, and Carthald. Morthal is the capital of Hjalmarch. It's located southeast of Solitude, along the River Hjal. Old Mjolin lives in the marshlands nearby.
Have you dealt with anything like this before?
The Raven Watch has had to curtail rogue vampire clans, and put down feral blood fiends on occasion. But I've never dealt with anything like this before. People turning into harrow fiends, or becoming mindless harrowed. It's a nightmare.
Right, you had a theory about the effect of the Harrow Storm.
Yes, but more research is required to confirm anything. Still, from what we observed here, it appears the Harrow Storm produced 3 distinct results in those caught within it. It turned them into harrow fiends, or harrowed, or it simply killed them.
Huh. That makes me, actually... So let's zoom out for a second. So we've got... Wow, Western Skyrim is not as big as I was thinking. So we've got Eastmarch, we've got the Rift. We've got 3 in here. Although that looks like it's cutting off. But over here we're still missing... What is the name of that one? Dawnstar. Is it Dawnstar? And Winterhold. And Whiterun. And Falkreath. And not Morthal. What's the name of the one in the west? I can never remember. The one that's currently occupied by Reach. I can never remember the name. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 holds or 10? I guess no, this is part of this edge here must be part of Markarth. That's the name I was thinking of. I thought there were 9 holds. Although if that's maybe Morthal. No, Morthal isn't part of. I just can't remember. Oh, Lyris is right here.
So, what did your vampire friend discover?
Fenorian thinks the Harrow Storms created the Harrow Fiends and the Harrowed.
Reach witches summoning magical storms to create feral vampires? That's horrible, but to what purpose? Well, that's the next puzzle to solve. First, we need to get this information to the Queen. Here. This was for Brondel, but it's yours now.
You just took this off that dead witch.
Queen Gerhild needs to hear what we discovered at Kilcreath Temple. Hopefully that will be enough for her to get us an audience with High King Svargrim.
Do we have enough evidence to convince the King and Queen?
The Queen seemed reasonable. She'll believe us. As for Svargrim, who can tell? I haven't met the man, but everything I've heard describes him as prideful, arrogant, and hard-headed. Even with the Queen's help, there's no guarantee.
I mean, no matter what, he can't be as good as the king we already know, because he's not voiced by Peter Stormare. So what do we do if High King Svargrim refuses to see us?
I'd like to knock down the palace door, grab him by the throat, and shake him until he listens. That would probably start a war, though, and Urns specifically asked me to avoid that. For now, let's bring our evidence to Queen Gerhild.
Okay.
If there's anything else we need to discuss, let's get it out of the way now, before we return to Solitude.
Why do you think the Ice Reach Coven wants to turn people into Harrow Fiends?
Hey, you and Fenorian came to that conclusion, not me. Still, it makes as much sense as anything. As to why, I have no idea. This connection to vampires, though, that's troubling. We should keep Fen away until we get into Svargrim's good graces.
Fenorian is going to seek help from a clever woman near Morthal.
A clever woman? Out here? Nords are extremely distrustful of magic, especially Nords from western Skyrim. I'm surprised the people of Morthal tolerate her presence. If anyone can help Fen figure out the Coven's ritual, though, it would be her.
Should we help them with the research?
Our priority remains getting an audience with High King Svargrim. We need to convince him that the Ice Reach Coven is a threat to his kingdom, and get him to help us stop them. Let's return to Solitude and present our findings to the Queen.
What's a clever woman?
Clever men and women are Nords with an aptitude for magic, though most use the term to refer to practitioners of the old ways. They're rare. Not the usual adepts found at the Mages Guild. Distrust of magic runs deep in Skyrim, especially out here.
Why do the people of Skyrim distrust magic?
Could be that the elves our ancestors fought soured our taste for magic. Or maybe there weren't enough skalds singing about wizards going to Sovngarde. Might be that Nords just prefer their natural talents. Either way, magic isn't popular here.
Fair enough. Ambert's ice flame, huh? It's what is that, a little dagger? A pitted little dagger? Dagger carved from... okay. Real interesting flavor text. What set is this? Oh, Winter's Respite. Actually, that's not... 10 seconds, 2,500 health every 1 second inside the circle. Well, I mean, it's clearly a healer set. But, I mean, it could be used on a tank. You'd have to not use Roar of Alkosh, which I don't know a lot of people would be willing to do, but still, it is an option. If you do a supportive tank that focuses on healings, you could combine that with, like, Earthgore and... Actually, would that combine with Earthgore? Earthgore leaves a healing on the ground, or an effect on the ground. And so does Wall of Storms, or whatever it's called. Wall of Elements. I don't know. I have to look into that. It might be worth just having that set on the side. Either way, thanks for joining me. Come back, I'll have the next stuff up real soon, but until then, bye.